Hello, and welcome to Five for Friday for this Friday, October 21st. Thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video and think about some of these signals of change that could be impacting your small business. As a researcher and an avid reader, I'd love to curate each week's news into these 5 stories that stood out to me. For those of you who also subscribe to the print newsletter, did you know that under each topic I share categories like economy or technology that are based on the concept of a pestle analysis? That's a method of examining external influencers on your business by category: politics, economy, social, technology, legal, and environmental. Think about those categories as you skim through the news each week or watch this Five for Friday. And let's get started with the first topic, a recurring one here at Five for Friday: robots are taking our jobs. The question is, do we want these jobs? They include things like tortilla chip fryer at Chipotle, barista at the airport coffee shop, downtown taxi driver, and warehouse distribution worker. One interesting development this week is a company that offers robotic root canals and some talk of killer robots working for the police that sounds a little too robo-copy to me. Yikes. What's next that will be automated? Better start thinking about that one and how it might impact your business. Meanwhile, let's move on to story number 2, trends in the world of B2C, or business to consumer. Even if you were a B2B company, these trends will be working their way to you, so start planning for them. They include shifts like moving to QR codes for paying your restaurant bill, using drones for faster product delivery after online orders, adding new channels for selling like online and in store, or the use of social media live streaming for sales. How might these trends affect your business? And for story number 3, let's talk more about social media live streaming, or more specifically, TikTok. If you're old like me, you may not be paying much attention to it, but TikTok is huge among Gen Zers, and it's growing in every age group. Did you know that videos with the hashtag Learn on TikTok have been viewed over 412 billion times? The only downside, of course, is that the Chinese government may or may not know about everything you do and where you are when you're using the app. But that doesn't seem to have stopped it from becoming hugely popular for a wide variety of uses, not just killing time. So let's move on from TikTok to one of its online competitors, Meta, aka Facebook. More specifically, poor Mike Zuckerberg, who has had a rough week. In the year since he renamed Facebook to be Meta, the company has spent over $15 billion on its metaverse called Horizon Worlds, but it has not seen very much traffic to the mini worlds there. Not enough people, apparently. If no one's there, then no one wants to be there. And the avatars don't seem very real, and they have no legs. Meta tried to solve the leg problem this week by showing the Zuckerberg avatar jumping with his newly created legs. But it turns out that it was just an animation, not movement based on the actual live person moving. Legs are hard, says Mark. Feeling sorry for him yet? All right, and then finally for story number 5, let's talk about women in business. Apparently, women in leadership roles are leaving their companies at the highest rate ever due to lack of advancement, lack of flexibility, lack of well-being, among other things. And it remains a challenge to get VC funding as a female, as investors tend to ask questions that assume failure on the part of women-owned startups and success on the part of startups owned by men. As a result, it looks like we have less than 10% of the top 500 US publicly owned companies that are currently headed by a female CEO. And only 3 companies on that list have both a female CEO and a female CFO. Kind of sad and hard to believe how little has changed in so much time. So, all right, moving on, let's check out this week in recession, yes or no. I saw 5 negative stories, 1 neutral, 0 positive. I should mention that several stories say that the likelihood of recession in 2023 is 100%. As someone with a statistics background, I really don't feel we should be that certain of any prediction, but that's just me. And that's it for this week's Five for Friday. I hope you enjoyed the stories and found something to think about for your own business. Thanks, and have a great weekend.